For the first time in 13 years, a Colorado man will spend the night at home instead of a prison cell. And this is the exact moment when Michael Clark was released from prison tonight after the DA vacated his murder conviction. Glad to have you with us this Monday night. I'm Shannon Ogden. Now, this is the very first case thrown out in the wake of the Missy Woods scandal. Now, Woods, of course, is a former DNA scientist for CBI, accused of cutting corners in hundreds of cases, including this one. In 2012, Michael Clark was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison after 20 years, nearly 20 years, after Marty Grisham was killed in Boulder. Now, during the trial, Woods connected Clark to the crime scene through DNA found on a lip balm container. But Clark's lawyer says additional testing determined it was unlikely to be his DNA. Now, all of that led up to Clark's release today. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon was there as he left the Boulder County Jail. She also explains, though, why he's not completely free just yet.
In Boulder, the seasons keep changing.
Today's the day.
But for one family, time stood still since 2012.
This has always felt to them like a day that had to come.
A day that dates back to 1994 to fully understand.
We have been waiting for this. Mike has been waiting for this.
It was at this Boulder apartment complex where Marty Grisham answered a knock on his door more than 30 years ago when he was shot and killed.
Since the day I met Mike, I knew he was innocent.
Michael Clark, was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2012 when he was sentenced to life in prison. Part of the evidence a jury used to make that decision was testimony from former CBI DNA scientist Missy Woods, where she connected Clark to the scene through a lip balm found under the stairwell. Woods is now wrapped up in her own criminal case, facing more than 100 felonies related to alleged misconduct.
I don't even want to get into the Missy Woods stuff today. Today's really just about Mike walking out, because Mike's an innocent man, and there will be time to talk about other cases and other situations.
Clark's attorney, Adam Frank, says new DNA testimony shows Clark was excluded from that evidence originally presented at trial, and his conviction was vacated on Friday. The Boulder District Attorney will decide whether or not to retry this case.
We will handle everything else as it comes, but I think the most important thing is this has been 12 and a half years coming.
And this was the moment on Monday evening when Clark was released on bond into his family's arms.
That's just one of those moments that's going to stick in my head, but at the same time, like, the actual moment's a blur. It's just, I can't believe it was that long coming, and I'm so happy that it happened.
Clark spoke for a moment, standing alongside his wife and kids.
I'm amazed to see this many people here to see this, but thank you for coming, and I'm just so grateful to be here and be with them and move on with our lives.
Before heading home for the first time in over a decade.
Whatever they want to do with me is what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah.
All right, if you guys want to go home.
A homecoming, a family, and a wait that's over for the time being. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
And going in depth, the DNA scientist accused of mishandling samples, including Clark's, is facing 102 criminal charges. Missy Woods retired from her position with CBI November 2023 while she was being investigated by Internal Affairs. Investigators determined she did not alter DNA samples, but cut corners or did not follow procedure. Woods' alleged actions reportedly affected more than 1,000 cases. The state has now committed more than $7 million to sort through the fallout. Now, Colette and our digital team have published several in-depth articles about the Clark and Woods cases. You can catch up on them right now on our website, denver7.com.